This is CSB853 coming at your full throttle with a what in the Marvel. Okay, so now they also announced Miss America, America Chavez. Another character from the all new, all different Marvel that a lot of people don't resonate with. She's not a horrible character. Just what? I mean, she's been on the Ultimates. She had her own book. That book went below 6,000 units when the other writer, I know Joe Casey made her up, but I remember there's a female writer. Her name's escaping me right now. But when she was on it, it went down below like 6,000 units. This girl's been on West Coast Avengers recently. She's on Marvel Rising, which is actually a surprisingly really pretty cool show or a movie set. But oh my gosh. Okay. If you don't know who Miss America is, America Chavez, she has super strength, durability, flight. She has interdimensional teleportation, so she like punches a thing and a star shape comes out, which I actually think is not bad. I actually think it's kind of cool, unique. And she's also, I think she could do star blasts or some kind of weird star thing. I know most of the time she has super strength. She like punches through dimensions. That's like a big thing that makes a star shape, and she can like teleport. In the Marvel Rising show, which I like the way they did it, when she would hit stuff, it was like a force of just stars would come up. So if she hit the ground, it was like stars. I don't know why. For some reason, I just thought that was really cool and unique how they did that. With that being said, her character, I remember reading it. Like I said, I apologize. I do not remember the writer. I know it was a female who was writing it, and her name is really escaping me right now. And funny enough, I actually knew what it was a little bit ago. Sorry. I usually have it prepared or I have it in my head, but just not there. So anyway, as they were writing her, I remember reading a thing, and she had the thing with her girlfriend and the other girlfriend, and it just kind of was like drama, and it was like, oh, okay. And it was like they were forgetting that, and then her and Kate Bishop have a really close relationship, and they were like putting that in there. That's how they did the West Coast Avengers thing, but then the West Coast Avengers thing just felt like a bunch of check boxes, probably why I didn't sell that great, which was annoying because I actually really like the character Hawkeye, and there's a lot of stuff you can do with Hawkeye that I feel like Marvel sometimes misses. So, with that, there is, sorry, somebody was calling. They're bringing her book back. Now, her book dropped before. Her stuff didn't happen before. It did not go over well. It is very slow. The character to me works in groups. And that's how the character works. When you take the character out and you try to do something, now if you may have a good writer, it may come off, but the thing is, she's kind of tainted, like where people kind of associate her with like anger and negativity. I've noticed a lot, and it's just one of those things where it's like, why would you do that? Knowing how everything is going, Ultimates eventually ended. It was still a decent book. It was overall. West Coast Avengers, from what I understand, I didn't know anyone that liked it. It just seemed a little too checkboxy. So you went through all this stuff. Then you announce it. The character went down to 6,000 units. From what I'm hearing, I think that same writer, who's a female, like I said, I do apologize. I don't remember her name right now. But it's like, I know she was a part of A-Force too. Like Marvel, what you do in Marvel Rising, we need more of that. It feels like it's fun. It does throw the stuff in there, but it's so just like that. And she works really well because she's kind of this. Now, one of the things that always cracked me up is the fact that she is an ultimate, and I'm talking about a specific fringe of a certain type of is that starts with a femme that she's from a planet that's all women. The women were together. Her mom and her mom were together. They are lesbian, and she comes from there, and it's like, and it was a utopia and this stuff. Okay, let's get something straight. Humans are humans. Women running the world is still going to be bad, just like when men run the world. We both run the world. There is different examples of just different people, like Elizabeth Bathory, and a few others, like the one woman who was stealing from the poor and was on television. There's a few on there. Like, we both sides, we're humans. Like, people I think keep forgetting that. Like, it doesn't matter what your dangly parts are. You're a human. Sometimes humans are good, sometimes humans are bad. It's just the way it works. Sorry. But when it comes to her and all these things, it already came off kind of feeling a little heavy at SJW. But with a character like her, if you get an interesting writer and you take her story in an interesting way, I think it can work. Dawn, calm down. The problem is that they keep focusing, and I think this is the overall problem. Stop focusing on her sexuality. Yes, mention her sexuality. Yes, she can have a girlfriend. Make it a relationship, whatever. I think it would even be better if it was like Kate Bishop and Miss America. Like, I feel like she works better if she's with someone, but her books don't sell well because usually it focuses directly in on just her and the relationships and stuff. Same thing with the Iceman book. And I'm sorry I keep bringing up Iceman, but he's like the prime example of these things that I can pull from as the easiest reference. How when I was like already upset because Iceman's comic was, oh, he's gay. And then it went from that to, okay, instead of fighting crime, we're just going to talk about him on his first date or going to his first date. And the whole book was about him talking about his first date. And even though he's a superhero and stuff, which is fine, but we were talking about his first date. Some people go, well, why can't you talk about the first date? Well, it doesn't matter if we talk about the first date, because then it just seemed like that was all the book was focused on. Instead of focusing on cool adventures, they were focusing on him. I'm not saying you don't throw the relationship. It's still stupid that they did that with that. Because, and I'm talking about how they handled it, because there was potential there. A person's relationship should be a part of the plot, not the plot, when it's something that's established superheroes, unless you're already writing it to be that. So when it comes to America Chavez, I personally feel as though she has potential, but they're not going to write it that way, because that's not how Marvel does it right now. There's a lot you could do with this character. Her power set is a ridiculous power set. I mean, she can do interdimensional travel. She can do like basically teleportation. She has super strength, super speed, durability. Like a good, interesting power set that someone could really tear it up if they really go in it. But I'm not excited about this one. This one, I'm still like, oh, because I feel like you're just checking boxes again. I hope, at least for their sake, that this one I'm pleasantly surprised about. But remember, you have to take the character and you have to put the character inside of the situation of being a superhero. And their relationship is a part of it. It should not be the story of it. And like I said, I remember the thing I remember. I may not remember the writers. I may not remember everything. I remember the guy who created it for some reason. But the thing that stood out to me was, it was her in a bed with a girl, and they were talking. Then it was like, oh, okay. And it was like, then it became a fight. Then they were talking again about her. And then it again. And then it again. And I'm like, why are we still talking about the relationship? I'm here for the superheroes. If this is going to be a romance book, then call it that. So with them relaunching her, the same way how they keep relaunching Captain Marvel, there's a potential. I would like to see who's the writer. I didn't actually look at who the writer is. I just want to give my thoughts out there and throw them. That's why I don't know the girl that wrote it to do that, where the book literally dropped down to 6,000 units. But I will be having a video where I will be talking that my comics versus fandom, that's going to be expanded. It might actually become more than one video about what authors and different writers of comics say to people and how they view things, because I feel as though they should not be talking like this to fans. And I'm proud to block you in this. And I know she's on that list because I actually have that written out for my notes. And I know she's on that list where she wrote it. but her book went down under 6,000 units. So that says something. When it comes to these stories, Marvel, read the room. If you're not going to get a dynamite writer like a Donny Cates or something on that can take this character who honestly has so much potential that you could throw in, don't even do it, because people are going to chalk it right up with Woke Warriors and the copycat X-Men and be like, this, here we go with this garbage again. Okay? And by the way, stop trying to make Captain Marvel a thing. It's like the movie Hard Bodies, where they kept trying to make hard bodies a thing and it didn't become a thing. You literally restarted that character with number 1 like 7 or 8 times. The sales keep dropping because no one likes her, because you have, using Susan McFraction's wife, how she made her, it doesn't resonate, because instead of writing the character for what it is, you're writing the character yourself into the character. And like I said, she's on my list too. She's not a bad writer at all. Matt Fraction's a great guy. Met him. But she keeps going, well, stuff like Captain America's a social justice work. No, he's not. Stop taking your beliefs and you go, well, if you don't like my beliefs, don't read my books. You don't own Captain Marvel. You did not create Captain Marvel. You did not create Carol Danvers. That's what I'm tired of. Stop taking these books, all the writers, and Marvel, please take this advice. Stop taking these books and letting these writers put their personal political feelings in there just to basically be themselves, as if embodying those superheroes. Like, I'm going to be Superman today. Like, no. It's one thing if you want to put your political thing in there. Do it with some art. Do it with some tact. Don't just, I don't like cis white males. So now, guess what? Jubilee doesn't like cis white males. Like, stop doing that, please. So please put a banging writer on it, like a Donny Cates or Jonathan Hickman. Excuse me, or like, you know, somebody like that really can just get into the meat of this character. Because right now I'm still like, here we go again. I feel like you're going to do the Captain Marvel thing where you try to make her a thing. Nobody likes it. You keep adding weird stuff like when she rise powers. I don't even care. So let's do this. But I personally think America works best when she's bouncing off of someone. Not excited. Marvel, you got to do some stuff, man. Kevin, you need to appoint somebody, because if you're saying, oh, this is great, that's great too, that's great, there's a problem. Then there's a reason why all of these videos are getting so many downvotes. And Susan McConnell, or Matt Fraction's wife, if I'm not saying her name correctly, I do apologize, said a little tired, so people please don't come at me, but I think it's like Sue McConnell. But basically, yeah, stop doing that. All right, CSB853, see ya. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, follow me on social media if you want. CSB853.